we talked about Hush Puppy and Hush Puppy ending up in an American prison, there's this one guy who I don't know if he knows who he's messing with, but there's this, he's the present governor for Moranga. It's called Irungu, Kang'Ata. So this guy, allegedly, but he's not even allegedly because he's on video admitting to it. So after the crash of the ET-302, the Ethiopian airline thing, so what he did is he took some of his staff members, because he has their signatures
yeah.
just scanned and then put them up as relatives of people who died. Yes? And then now when Boeing was settling, apparently there's some money that was paid out, and I think he ended up keeping the money.
Jesus
but don't
Christ.
forget, Boeing is an American company.
Hmm.
So now that means that you scammed an American company. And you know, Americans don't care about the border.
Oh, yeah.
They'll come for you.
They'll come, Bana.
I think even the people who are pursuing this should be more focused on letting FBI know that there's this scammer in Kenya who's still a governor.
If Interpol and all these guys get involved, which I'm sure they do,
Yeah.
and just working in the data center industry and understanding the security parameters, let me just tell you, we have people internationally operating locally.
Yes.
Without going to say. So if you've seen Narcos, yeah?
Yeah.
These guys will drop in, pick you up, and tupa you out.
Yeah.
Like even what happened with I guess that whole Akasha incident. This whole aspect of guys tracking you over weeks, DEA coming in. What do you think Kenya is going to do when the American government says we want that guy?
Yeah. Because even me, this is, and I feel like should be one of the ways that we use to fight impunity. Because this guy is on record, and he's bragging. He's saying that if this story leaks out and he goes to court and he feels like he's losing, he's going to blame Ruto on it.
He was caught saying that.
Yes, on camera. Because if I'm Ruto, now I'm just calling, and I'm not even a fan of Ruto, but if I see that, if I was sitting with him, I'd tell him this is the time to call the American embassy and ask, can the FBI take this guy? Because we need to reach a certain level where we're trying to imagine families have lost their loved ones. And you sit down there and you think, I need to lie so that I can make some money from these families. And then you're on record bragging that you want this to go to court because you know the Kenyan court system is bullshit.
Yeah.
And you want, but who did you scam? You scammed Boeing.
An American entity.
That's an American entity. So I feel like people should push that narrative of Americans, this person scammed an American company.
Do we know how much the payout was?
I think the payout to the Kenyan families, I don't know how true this is, but it's saying like Kenya got $100 million. So that was like 10 billion. But out of this 10 billion, because there were 32 families, I'm sure there are families that got their money. But then there's also this chunk of money, because he had 8 people. So I don't know out of these 8 people how much money was, but at least I've heard there's a Kenyan farm that made 60 million shillings.
Jesus.
So 60 million shillings, that's like $500,000? Which is still, you still scammed Americans. So I think that aspect.
Speaking of planes, whenever you fly, do you ever have that fear?
Yeah, I always have it. And it's always one of those I always hope it's not pilot error. It's either Boeing or Airbus, so that my family left behind can enjoy. That's why this story really pissed me off. Yeah, because I think it's one of those thoughts you have to have. Like, the chances of survival are next to zero, but it's also the safest form of transport.
Is it the safest form of transport?
Yes.
I know Eric and team keep saying that.
Yeah, it's the safest. Like, if you calculate the number of accidents per volume of travel. It's the safest.
Man, the thing is, just whenever there's so many factors at play. Like you've heard malicious intent, insurance. There's someone flying on the plane that has possession of new technology that could alter mechanical engineering. So let's take out that entire plane. There's always all these things. It's always that risk, especially traveling. Man, sometimes I get very scared. I think I get more paranoia given with social media. Remember recently there was a plane that pindukaed upside down somewhere in Canada or something. And then before that there was another plane crash. There's something in Nepal every other time. I don't know, man. Sometimes if I'm in control of my car, at least I know I'm controlling it. But being up in that sky, if something goes wrong.
The funny thing about me is if you give me a choice between flying and car, I'll always choose flying. I feel like Kenya specifically, the the roads. People don't follow rules. People don't, like, there's a lot of nonsense. So I'd rather just have my fate up there. But now the funny thing is, I remember being asked, because I said I don't sleep in planes. And someone was asking me, is it because you are afraid of a crash or not? It's just something that happens. Like, if I'm on a plane, the best that I'll do is 1 hour.
Yeah,
But
I can't sleep on
I
planes.
can't sleep on a plane like for too long. But
That
I
flight
still
that flight to
prefer-
States, did you sleep?
No. That's why, like, now the worst flight, like the worst experience that I've ever gotten flying was coming back. Because coming back, I had so it's ATL to Amsterdam, then a 13-hour layover.
Jesus Christ. Uligoja airport, ama?
Yes. So now, kitu moja juu yangu, if I'm supposed to travel and I'm traveling during the day, I always get insomnia, so I don't end up sleeping. So that night in ATL, I don't sleep. Sindio? Then I'm up by 10 a.m. because the flight was leaving at 5. So I was like, I need to be in the airport by 2 latest, at least 3 hours before. So tukafika airport 2. And then the flight iko 5. So I do everything, clear up, because there it's faster than Kenya. So I think by 2:15, 2:20, I'm already in the airport. So maraundi zangu, enda pale, buy 2 perfumes, then enda ukae chini. Now start waiting for the flight. Flight iko 5. So hii time yote kumbuka, I didn't sleep the
You've not
previous night.
slept, yeah.
Take flight, 8 hours, Amsterdam. Now Amsterdam layover at 13 hours. I'm also not used to just sleeping. Like, I could see people, mtu ameka luggage yake afu amelala.
I don't know how people do that, eh?
Mi siwezi.
Siwezi.
So ended up staying awake for 13 hours. Wacha sasa flight ianze kukuja Nairobi, bado niko hivi. Nilifika home hivi, like I passed out because I had not slept for like 36 hours. I think I'd slept for a maximum of 2 or 3 hours. Zile aka quick nap ya 20 minutes wake up.
Yeah.
So ilikuwa hell. But yeah, ikikam to this, I think when we look at what is happening with this Murang'a governor right now, it shows you another thing that I saw people were debating on like one of the groups that I'm in. I think it's the campus group.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how running a business in Kenya is hard because employees are never honest. They'll always steal from you. So you always have to worry about who's going to steal from you, blah, blah, blah. And I think that thieving culture, it's so much a part of us that this guy, like, for you to think of a governor in the era of smartphones recording, admitting to having done all this stuff, because now they were secretly recording him.
Yeah.
And he was admitting to everything because it's the Kenyan way. For him, he feels like, yes, I made this maybe $1 million or $2 million fraudulently, but I made it. Like, what can you tell me? And he knows how he can game the system. You see?
Bro, to be honest, as much as we say, and I agree with you, it's everywhere in Kenya, I'd say it's everywhere globally. If you just look at the stuff with Doge and in States, for example, the level of corruption they found is at the point where even Elon, have you noticed they've gone quiet? There's no more noise being made.
Yeah.
That's because obviously they were told if you press too hard, and he said it himself on the Joe Rogan podcast, I think I'll wind up dead. There's some things that are so ingrained in the system that you just can't fight against it. And that's why the illusion of a presidency is the illusion of choice, because whoever comes in, at the end of the day, we get fucked.
Iko Nini. So kwa majuna unatrai kutuma pesa Kenya, the best platform kutumia ni LemFi. Because LemFi ukupatiaga the best exchange rates. Na apart from that pia inakupatia the highest limits to send. Uzabaki umesend $8,000 in one day. Hiyo ni close to around 1 million shillings. Ama $16,000 in 1 week. Hiyo ni around 2 million shillings. Ama $32,000 in 1 month. Hiyo ni around 4 million shillings. So try kuimagine unafanya kitu kama construction hapa Kenya. LemFi unachangamka nayo haraka haraka. Alafu pia kitu moja poa na LemFi ni saa hizi kuna vile zabaki pia umetumia till na pia pay bill za M-Pesa, ubaki umelipa bills ukiwa huko masaid za US. So tumewe ulipiaga familia yako internet ama unalipia stima, unazalipa ukiwa huko na ubaki umetake advantage of those good exchange rates that I was talking about. But pia kuna kitu moja inaitangua cashback. So for your first $100 transaction, ukituma utabaki umepatiwa $20 cashback. Alafu pia in that same transaction kuna vile utabaki umesupport Iko Nini, because Iko Nini pia tutabaki tumepata $20. Na story behind hii ni kitu inaitwa referral. So tumia referral code Iko Nini. Na cheki, simple tu hivyo. IKONINI as one word, na utabaki umepata $20 cashback on your first transaction ya $100 and above, na pia IKONINI tabaki tumepata kitu, so utakuwa umetusupport. So unangoja nini? Tumia LemFi. LemFi, international payments for everyone. IKONINI.